So why do I have to act mad to get her to act right? Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol. This is The Dateable Marriage, and let's just jump into a really common scenario. And this situation is a sort of a cyclical pattern where you have a husband who, by his own sort of nature, is pretty easygoing, pretty relaxed, pretty chill, agreeable, pleasant, nice, tolerant. And the wife, on the other hand, is generally wired for a little bit higher degree of stimulation than that. And she's generally looking for a greater sense of personal strength, personal assertiveness, general interpersonal dominance, whatever we want to call it. She's generally looking for a higher degree of stimulation from him. And because she doesn't get that, slowly over time, it starts whittling away at her interest in him. She becomes less attracted. And when she's less attracted, she becomes less affectionate and less agreeable and a little bit annoyed at him and a little bit snippy, and the sex starts going away. Now, typically what happens, because he's so agreeable and so pleasant, he just tolerates it. He just writes it up to a bad day. She's got 5 different things going on with her week. She's all busy. I'll just tolerate it. I'll just suck it up. I won't mention it. And if I'm not getting my own needs met, I'll just withdraw a little bit more. I'll assert myself a little bit less. I'll be more passive and more easygoing and more agreeable, and I won't sort of bug her so much, which, because she's looking for higher stimulation, she's looking for a greater degree of assertiveness, strength, dominance, whatever you want to call it, she becomes progressively more annoyed, less attracted, the affection goes down, the sex goes away, and it gets to a point where he is so frustrated with her, and the anger has built up, like it's built up behind the dam, and the dam bursts a bit, and he is angry with her. He finally expresses it. He finally says, I need something, or I want something, or you're being bad about this, or whatever it is. And there's a strength of personality that comes out with that. And she finally gets what she wants. She finally gets what she's looking for, the thing that she's going to respond to. It's like he's here. He's checking in. He's expressing himself. He is basically being stronger. He's being stronger with you, and that is the thing that attracts her. And then it's like instantly, love switches on, sex switches on, affection switches on. She's pleasant, she's agreeable, she's smiling, and then she's sort of happier to be in a relationship with him. And of course, he thinks, oh my gosh, this is just awesome. Takes a big deep breath and then goes back to being super chill and relaxed and easygoing and withdrawing and tolerant and agreeable and being an all-purpose wet noodle, which of course slowly drives her crazy, drives her attraction down, and then we repeat this cycle. So this is why you have the problem with guys when they come to me and say, why do I have to get mad for her to start acting right? Why do I have to be angry to get sex? Why do I have to be frustrated for her to be helpful and pleasant and act like she's pleased to see me? It's not the anger. It's the fact that you are finally in motion. You are finally being assertive. You are finally injecting your force of personality into the relationship. It's that you're finally being strong with her, that her attraction is triggered. If you look at all this from her perspective, she is probably thinking, why do I have to be so miserable and upset and frustrated in this relationship for him to finally step up and act like he cares? Why do I have to be so miserable, so down so tuned off? Why do I have to get to such a point where he finally steps up? And in fact, sometimes you can have wives and girlfriends that on a conscious level, on a truly conscious level, this is usually done unconsciously, but it can be done consciously, actually do things to try and drive their husbands and boyfriends crazy enough where they do finally snap and act a little angry and checked in and finally act strong and engaged. They can sometimes quite consciously be testing. It's usually unconscious, but sometimes conscious. So you can get in this cycle. The solution is to realize it's not the anger, it's the strength that is the solution. And you can consciously apply strength, you can apply leadership, you can apply direction on a conscious level ahead of time. You can say, let's go here, let's do this. I want this thing for dinner. I would like this, or we can go here or do that. There's 101 ways you can provide very, very basic leadership and direction and bring your force of personality into the relationship in completely benign, healthy, good ways. You can provide a greater degree of stimulation by just a little bit of planning and thought. And that way she gets what she wants. She gets the strong husband, the strong, attractive husband that she wants, that she's looking to respond to, that she wants to be in love with, who she wants to be affectionate with, and who's actually going to make her want to have the sex. Because that's what attracts her. So it's not the anger that gets you what you want. It's the strength. And being angry is a pathway to that strength, but it typically only works in short bursts. And of course, long term, no one wants to be a super angry guy to try and get something from someone. But you can get what you want. You can get all the love, sex, and affection you want if you are strong. You bring your force of personality into the relationship and you project some strength, you set some direction, and you do just your basic benign leadership stuff. So, that's it for today, and I'll talk to you soon.